What? Yeah, I can hear you. Hello. No, he's logged in. He just needs you to launch the meeting.
All right, broski, I'm here.
Hello.
What's going on, man?
How are you?
I'm hanging in there, brother.
Dude.
Think I've finally recovered a little bit from weekend of partying with the newly wedded Mr. and Mrs. Jared Hara. So
Dude, I have not recovered. So that makes
no,
one of no, dude, it's weird. It's like every time I even like take like a little power nap, I'm in like a full REM sleep. It's crazy.
dude, I'm not gonna lie, I hear you there. I just I literally just woke up about 15 minutes ago from like a little 10-15 minute power nap because I'm like, man, I haven't gone that hard in a long time. I'm like, man, it's
Dude,
already been
you went
over a week.
you went pretty hard, dude. For like what I imagine you to go as like hard, medium, easy. You went
Yeah.
hard. You exceeded my expectations.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I was like,
Not what I used to do, but yeah, man, I cut loose. I cut loose that weekend for a couple days. So,
heck yeah.
but no, man, I was a blast, man. It was so much fun. You guys know how to throw a party, and you guys, man, it's so good hanging out with y'all and spending some good quality time together.
Dude, it meant so much to us that you guys came. Like that was the coolest part. But my mom was telling me like after because Friday we did the concert and then
Yep.
Saturday the dinner at her place. And
Yep.
after that, she said the coolest thing to feel is that we can still throw a Hera style party without my pops. Like, and I'm like, I'm like, Mom, seriously? Like, that's not like you never have to worry about that. I'm always gonna make it a Hera kind of shindig. Like, don't you worry.
Absolutely.
Don't you worry for a second. But she was like,
Absolutely, man.
she kept telling me, she's like, you looked so confident, like the whole night, like on stage, like you were like, you just sounded confident, you spoke confidently, you were singing. I was just like, she was like, what drugs were you on? I was like, that was just me. Why do you have to say that? I was like, what is wrong with you? I was like, who do you think you are saying things like this? I was like,
You were just high on life, man.
dude,
High on life.
I was honestly high on the whole weekend. Like it was, I kept saying to people, they're like, how's this weekend for you? I'm like, this is gonna be a hard one to come down from. Like
Yeah.
it was it was just such a festive and like family, friends, and just like, dude, Abdias told me he left with like just he went back to South Florida with such a love in his heart. Like he was just like, I
Heck
don't
yeah,
even know
man.
how to interact with people down here. Like it's just been tough. He's
Yeah.
like, you're just surrounded by such good people. And I was just like,
Yeah, man.
well, what about me? What do you mean surrounded?
Yeah, man. No, it was oh man, yeah, just that whole weekend, man, was just was awesome from from Friday all the way up until we left at the end of the wedding on at the end of the party on Sunday night. Man, we had such a good time. And like, I mean, like you said, man, it's just surrounded by good people. But I gotta say, man, I think I think mine and probably Jess's favorite part of the whole weekend was Saturday night dinner at your mom's. Just it was you, me, Jess, Emily, Ali, and his
Yeah,
fiance. Like, we
that was
just
a
all like
solid table.
hanging out around the table, just chilling and relaxing, and just having a good old time. And yeah,
What
that was probably our favorite part of the whole weekend, man. That was awesome.
what'd you make of those beef tenderloin sliders?
Oh, dude, like I had to refrain from just going back and getting more and more and more and more. I'd be like over 200 pounds right now if I had eaten as much as I wanted.
You can't. My mom cooked all of that food that night, and everybody kept like saying, they're like, who catered this? I was like, I literally asked my mom to do, because she does like amazing like birthday dinners, and
Yeah.
she can cook like a okay, she doesn't cook every single night, but she does these like family dinners on Friday nights for us, and
Yeah.
she can whip together like an amazing meal for like 10 people. And everybody's like, how do you cook in such quantity? Like quality with quantity. Cause like everybody like knows how to like make like a meal for like 2 or 3 people. She can make
Yeah.
like a big meal. So like when she was talking about like what we wanted to do Saturday, I was like, you would crush it so much harder than going and like getting like a little room in a restaurant.
Yeah, totally.
And like, man, I'm not gonna lie, I thought her like I kept telling her that her backyard was gonna be perfect for it. And she's like, if
It's
you have like
ideal.
30, 40 people, like it's not a big backyard. I was like, so what? It's a tight group, like who cares?
Yeah.
And
We all fit. We all
dude,
fit. We all had a good time.
I was wrestling with children in her backyard. She was
I
like,
know.
dude, she didn't even know that I was doing that. I was like, did you hear I was wrestling with Jake's kids who are like 5 and 4 year olds? Like
Yep,
they were
yep,
just like
yep.
hopping all over me. And she was like, why were you wrestling with Sal and Pablo in the backyard? Which like I was like, Mom, what part of you thought that I was wrestling with an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old?
Yeah,
Like
seriously.
I'm
Come
like,
on.
I got a little bit more class than that. Like
A little bit, a little bit. Not much, but a little bit.
no. Just no. But I mean, I also like I didn't want to get my ass kicked in front of other people. Like,
Oh,
so,
too
so
true. Too
I went
true.
for the I went for the 5 and the 4-year-old.
Dude, totally. Totally. And like if you get beat by the 5 and the 4-year-old, all you got to do is say, like, yeah, let's let them win,
Yeah.
Get in the they're 5 and 4 years old.
Yeah, they were
So
tough though. It was a tough match.
yeah, man, I believe it. I believe
But
it.
dude, Emily and I like this week she went out like Wednesday with her friends,
Uh-huh.
and then we went to T-Pain Thursday night, which was UCF's homecoming night.
Yep.
She's like, do you want to go to T-Pain? I was like, not even a little bit. And she's like, but all my friends are going. Like, I think I'm gonna go. And I just kept saying, like, do you want me to go, or do you just want like a girl night with friends? Like,
Yeah.
like yeah, girls night, girl friends night with girl, whatever that is.
Yeah,
So
whatever. Girls' night. Girls'
tomato,
night. Yeah,
but I was just
something
like, my brain's like, that doesn't sound right. But yeah, no, I was just like, do you want me to go? Like, and she's like, yeah, we'd have fun. I was like, are you sure you? And finally, I'm just like, okay, get me a ticket. Like, it's T-Pain. Who cares? Like, it'll be
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
But dude, like, I can never just go to T-Pain. The next thing you know, we're just running in the rain. Like, it's like pouring down rain. I'm like, what is this, summer? And dude, T-Pain literally was like about to pass out the entire show.
Oh my
Like, he's
gosh.
super out of shape. He was like holding the microphone down by like his leg the entire show. Like it was all
Oh
like
my
it was all
gosh.
playing track. But dude, he is like genuinely funny. Like he could be a stand-up comic. Like it was
Huh.
hysterical. Yeah, he was super like there I guarantee you there wasn't a person in there who didn't have a smile on their face because he was
That's
like
awesome.
he was just super genuine. Um but yeah, ended that night with like I had like Domino's pizza before we went to T-Pain, and then ended that night with a burrito and watching SpongeBob in bed. Like
Hey.
it was I texted Sal of Diaz's son, and he's just like,
Oh,
you are living the life, my man. Like week 1 of
seriously.
marriage, you're eating a burrito
Seriously.
in bed and watching SpongeBob. You're living the
Seriously.
life.
That's I mean, that's like top of the line married life right there, my friend.
Dude, and
Like
that's why I texted him, because I want the youth to have something to look forward to. Like
seriously, man.
if I can spread any message that's like of positivity, it's like, hey, if you marry the right woman, you're gonna be going to T-Pain after eating 4 slices of Domino's pizza and ending with a Gringo's burrito in bed while watching SpongeBob.
Yeah.
And seriously, like I was just like, what could beat this? I couldn't really come up with anything in my mind.
At least not at that point, I mean,
Not that I'll say on this show.
that's very true. We're mostly a family friendly show. Yeah. But mostly.
Yeah, we keep it classy.
Yeah.
But,
We won't mention the
hey, I'm
we
married
won't-
now.
exactly.
Talking about sex after being married is just gross.
That's true, man. That's true. Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear about that. The dude's
Exactly.
married.
Yeah, it's like, well, of course he's getting it every
Yeah.
night. It's like, come on.
It's what, 6 times a day?
Hey, come on.
Then you're just rubbing it in.
Exactly. That's true. That's true.
I love how this was like, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah. And then
But,
and then you went there.
Yeah. And then dude. And then we went to another wedding this weekend. We just got that
Really?
wedding fever. So we're just like,
Oh, dude.
we were wedding crashers. We found a random wedding and just decided to show up to it.
Nice.
No, but we actually didn't know many people there. Like
Uh-huh.
it was actually my uh the lady who helped me like with tutoring like through elementary school, like 6th grade till I
Mhm.
graduated, who's
Nice.
like literally basically, I mean, I spent hours with her a day. So like I used to she knows everything about me. Like
Yeah.
she's like a mom, like a mother figure. She's not my mom, but she's like a motherly figure.
Yeah. I
And
gotcha.
for sure. So we went to her daughter's wedding on Saturday night
Mm,
and it was a lot of fun, but there weren't a lot of people there that we knew. And like there was this lady standing behind us in line at the bar, and she's just like I'm making small talk. I was like, "Oh, hi, like, are you here with the groom or like the bride?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm the grandmother of the groom." And I was like, "Oh, sweet. We don't know anybody. We just showed up. We're wedding crashers." I literally said that to the groom's
Ah,
grandma,
that's
and
awesome.
and she started
Classic.
laughing. So I was like, "All right,
Classic.
it's a cool group."
That's awesome, man. That is awesome.
You
Good
gotta just
stuff, man.
gotta shoot from the hip, you know.
Absolutely, man. I mean,
Dude, you know,
oh, good
I
stuff.
gotta just I gotta make you blush. Jess is
Oh,
so wonderful. Like getting to know
good.
her for a few days. She is she's a keeper, my friend. She's a keeper.
Dude, I'm just saying, like, I don't know why, I don't know how she hasn't figured out that I am not a keeper yet, but
No, you're
yeah.
definitely you're a keeper. You're a keeper too. Like
Ah,
you don't have to know that you're a keeper, but
yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah.
you're equally as wonderful. You guys
Oh, well,
complement each
thank you.
other in a very
No,
beautiful way.
oh,
It,
thank you, man. Thank
there's
you.
certain
No,
people,
she's incredible, man. She's super incredible. So
you and I were talking about this a little bit, like how like we haven't spent a crazy amount of time with each other,
yeah,
but it just
yeah,
feels like it's just like, all right, we're just I don't know, there's certain people who show up in your life. It's like, all right,
yeah.
I'm either gonna like act act what would be considered normal because we
Yep.
haven't spent years together, like just like endless amounts of bonding, but like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't like to waste time, so I just immediately go for it. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
these are my people,
Yeah. Heck
and
yeah, man.
you guys definitely fit that bill for me.
Yep.
You guys are family. And it's crazy because like I don't need to like spend a crazy amount of time with you guys to just
For
know
sure.
that. Like it was
For
like
sure,
as
bro.
soon as my mom pulled up at the venue with you guys, I was just so stoked. It wasn't like,
Oh, dude.
yeah, I know, seriously, like there was no concerns. I was just like, this is gonna be absolutely amazing.
Yep. Nah,
Dude,
dude, I hear you. I hear you, man. No, like Abias and I were we were all chatting about it a little bit at dinner and at the wedding and he's just like, man, y'all just like you resonate. Like there's certain people that you resonate with. And he's like, you guys just do that. I'm like, yeah, we kind of do. Yeah. It's just
I
like
heard I heard
it was awesome.
I heard you nicknamed Pablo Balls. And I can't believe I didn't know that that night. But that story of uh that
The
jacked
wait the
dude
waiter
working,
at the
yeah, the waiter who's working for the catering company,
oh my
just
god, dude,
walking
that was
around and be like,
so
"You want my
hilarious.
balls?" Serving some meatballs. And and Pablo just he goes, "You need some meat, son." To
Dude, he's just like,
Pablo.
you need some meat, boy.
And Pablo
Pablo's
just
just like, okay, I'll take it. Yeah, and
amazing. Dude,
I had yeah, I granted I did steal that nickname from like one of my dad's buddies is nicknamed Balls, but he had to do some pretty crazy stuff to get re-nicknamed from no balls to balls.
mm,
But so
mm.
Pablo just had to eat a couple of meatballs, and I was like, "You are now balls, sir."
For sure. Dude, I was getting
So
so many interesting comments about that guy, about that waiter. Like that whole night. Like
he
there was
was a
a lot of
character, dude.
dude, a lot of like Emily's friends were like, he's so inappropriate. And I was like, what do you mean? They're
I
like,
know he
dude, he
fit
kept
right
like
in, dude.
he was like telling people like he was gonna like toss their salad while he was serving like their salad and stuff. And like just there's like endless amounts of people that just kept going like, hey, there's this guy, like he's really inappropriate. And I was like, you're from California. We're in Florida. Get used to it. Like this doesn't
I
apply
know.
here. Like
I know. I was like, dude, this guy's just like, he's just being entertaining. Like,
yeah,
yeah, for some,
He-
yeah, for some people, his methods were probably a little
he's just the
unorthodox, but
hired
like,
uncomfortable comic
yeah, exactly,
who just
exactly.
so
So
happens to have bruschetta and meatballs.
exactly, exactly. Like, yeah, I mean, come on, the brisket, the bruschetta or bruschetta, I mean,
Yeah.
that's like that's highfalutin fancy food, man. I'm like, dude comes rolling around with meatballs and like, he's like, you charge 250 a ball. I'm like, nah, I'll take it for free though.
Yeah. I can pop that in my mouth.
Yep.
You
So,
dude, here was a funny comment from the weekend that
oh
so
gosh.
after you were on stage killing it on the drums with us.
Oh, thank you.
The next day, no, you did a great job. But the next day,
Thanks, man.
Will comes up to me and he's like, dude, or this might have been that night, like which felt like 5 days. But Will
That
comes
that
up to
that was a
me.
long night, man.
It was a very long night. But Will comes up to me and he's just like, dude, Kyle's feel on the drums. He's like, you and Kyle have like the exact same feel when you guys play drums. And I was like, and what kind of feel is that? The kind that can't see the drums? like I was like, what are you trying to like? Are you like unsure? Is our feel just unsure of what's in front of us? Is that
yeah,
the
like,
kind
I don't
you're
know.
No,
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, what's that mean? Come on, Will. Come on.
he was saying it like the most kind, like complimentary way. He was just like, he's like, you guys have the same feel. I was like, blind feel,
That's awesome.
laid back.
That's awesome. Oh, dude, I don't know if you noticed, you probably didn't notice this at one point, but I totally like accidentally like flipped the drumstick out of my hand. I was playing one-handed for like 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh, who got you a stick?
Oh no, dude, I found it. Like I
Oh,
literally,
really?
I literally, it like rolled, like I somehow found it between
Oh my gosh.
like during like a little break, like I reached down, it just so happened to have like
Oh,
wedged
you're
itself between the
very
snare and
lucky.
the bass. I was like, oh,
Mine
because
always go like flying.
I was
Yeah,
playing
mine fly like
one-handed.
30 feet from me, and I'm just like, where did that stick go? Like I'm just
Yeah.
do the one-handed tap.
Yeah. Oh, but no, that was so much fun, dude. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
seriously, I don't think I had picked a pair of sticks in a long time, but no, it was just felt right getting behind the kit and jamming with you and Will and all those guys up there. It's a blast, man.
we were done with like our first song, like when you were up there with us, and I like walked over to your sweet drum riser, and I'm just like, Kyle, and I'm like reaching my hand out to give you like a fist bump, and I'm like, yeah, blind people fist bumping each other
Yeah,
just does not
doesn't
work.
Yeah, it just doesn't
No,
work, dude.
it's so funny though, because like I'm just an idiot who like it was so funny because I'm just like, Kyle, you're fucking awesome. Fist bump. And I'm like, damn, like we suck together.
But that's why we're so great together.
It was just amazing. Like that realization is just like,
Oops.
yeah, we're fishing here for fists.
Yeah, or there's fishing for fists, man.
Gun fishing.
Oh no, dude, that was a blast, man. Yeah, no, you guys, man, you guys were just like ripping it for like that first like hour and a half, man. You guys were just like going and going, man. I was
Dude.
so into it, and
really?
and then I get dragged up there. I'm like, God, man, like I was starting to think that I wasn't gonna be dragged up there, but I guess I'll jump in for 15-20 minutes. So
I was thinking about
that was a
you the
blast.
entire like first hour. I was just like, okay, it's Kyle's turn next. Kyle's turn. Like, I couldn't stop thinking about you. But dude, I need to know what you think of the hit song "Buzzkill Betty."
Oh, dude, I mean,
Isn't that such a beautiful song?
It's a beautiful song, man. I think it's a chart topper.
Dude,
So.
Catherine from the gym, who I know you now know, she told me she knows you from yoga.
Yeah, that's a funny story, actually.
Dude, that is hysterical. Like I got a little bit of that story, but she came up to me after we played Buzzkill Betty, and she's like,
Yeah.
Jared, I literally felt like you were about to go into like your band's like hit song. She goes, the way you set that song up, it just feels like it's a hit song. And I'm
Oh,
like,
dude, it's totally a hit.
I know, dude. And it's so funny because my mother-in-law she came up to me and she's just like, she handed me a drink. She goes, just want you to know this is from your Buzzkill Betty. I'm like, you're not my Buzzkill. Like,
No.
don't get all offended. It's a beautiful song
No,
about you.
it's a beautiful
Yeah,
song. It's
it's a
not,
song from
and it's come on, that's not.
it's a song from a
You're just the
loving place.
performer. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Oh
just the
yeah. Yeah.
performer,
Yeah.
man.
I'm acting up there.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, but yeah, Catherine told me she knows you from a little hot yoga.
Yeah, so back in like, shoot, man, like 2014, 2015, somewhere around there, I was going to
Bikram?
a little Bikram yoga, and there was a Bikram yoga studio in Orlando that we would go to, and Catherine was the she was the receptionist at the yoga studio.
Oh wow, I didn't know
Uh,
that.
yeah, so and yeah, so but apparently I mean I had no idea at the time, but and I only went there for a short period of time. And then eventually that studio closed down. The owner like closed up shop and like, you know, left, and she did some like traveling yoga teaching or whatever. But yeah, apparently apparently the owner her like when she taught classes, people were like terrified of her.
Yeah.
I loved her. Like I thought
She
was
loved you, it
like,
sounded like.
yeah, I know, that's the thing. It was really really funny because like, you know, the funny thing is like, you know, so like yoga instructors, fitness instructors, coaches, they really love you when you just do what you're told. And like I couldn't see what the heck I was doing in the mirror. So I'm just doing what the instructor was telling me to do.
Yeah.
And really, dude, that's why she, you know, apparently loves me so much. But apparently in other classes when she would be teaching and I wasn't there, she would be like, I got a blind guy that is doing these poses better than you guys. Just listen, stop looking at yourself in the mirror. So
When I
it
heard
was
this,
funny.
when I heard this, I was like a little bit jealous. I literally, because she told me this at the gym, and I said to Jonathan, who's like my coach, and I was like, dude,
Yeah.
you need to start doing this. Like, you need to start telling everybody who's not doing things right that you've got a blind student who's doing everything that you ask of him.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's gonna happen, but
Probably not, but you know, yeah, but that's the thing, man. Like, you know, if you do like all we do, like, like shoot, like we don't really know that much better than anyone. Like we just kind of do how we're taught or what we're told to do, and
you're being
you know,
modest. We definitely know better than other people.
well, of course we do, but you know, it's why we're running a hit YouTube podcast here. That by the
No,
way,
man.
we got tons of compliments on this show, man. We like, yeah, my bad, my B for taking like a 2-month hiatus or something
It's okay.
ridiculous. So.
It's okay. You are definitely forgiven. We can see, the thing is, we can always pick it back up.
That is true, and we are doing that on we are
Oh my
recording
God,
this on
right now.
Halloween. What do you know? Spooky, bro. Spooky.
Are you going trick or treating, Kyle?
If I were to go trick or treating, man, like, oh man, I would get so fat on candy, dude. I'm like 3 weeks away from world championships. I'm a little slow right now.
3 weeks?
Yeah. So
Where?
Abu
England
Dhabi.
Really?
Yeah. So heading. I actually leave for Dubai on the 17th, and it's like 20. It's basically like 24 hours of travel to get there.
Dude, is my wedding gonna screw you up for this?
Nah, bro. Nah.
You're feeling slow right now. You're competing in
3
3 weeks?
I was feeling slow before. I was feeling a bit slow before the wedding, honestly. So.
Well, how are we gonna pick this up? How are we gonna pick this up?
bro, we're working on it. We're on it. I'm just busting my butt, training hard.
Mhm.
I'm like, you know, bro. Yeah, honestly, man, you motivate me. So it's like, if Jared can be up there, rocking and rolling for 5-6 hours straight without stopping on a
Yeah, but
Friday night.
your races aren't that long though.
It's fine. Dude, I was ripping off some 5-minute mile repeats last week
Nice.
on the treadmill. So I'm doing just fine. I got some mile repeats on the track tomorrow. So and then I've got a nice hard bike run workout on Wednesday morning. So yeah, dude, we'll be just fine. Nah, man, it's all good. I'm actually, just there's a couple little things that in the swim that a little slower in the swim than I'd like to be, but that's just I was having I didn't have the greatest race in the UK that I wanted, but stuff happens, and dude, honestly, like, I had a I've had a overall, I've had a great season. My first 4 starts of the year, I won 4 races, and then got kicked in the teeth a little bit in the UK, and
Dude,
and
is
this
that
and
why
this
you stopped
field is
talking to me? Is that why you stopped talking? Because do you hold
no,
me
bro.
responsible because of my disdain for people in the UK?
No, 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 bro. Heck no, heck no, heck no,
I just need to
heck
make
no.
sure. I just need
No, man. I'm just going to point out, like, I was all for talking to you, but you were
Mhm.
texting the wrong number. So
That was for 2 weeks.
I
That
know.
was not for 2 months. Did you
I
ever,
will. I will say. I think we did try to. We did try to get something on the calendar at some point, but
yeah.
like our schedules just did like my schedule was kind of crazy for like
No, both
that
of ours. It
entire
it's
month
all
of like
it's all
September.
good, man. It's
But
all
nah, dude,
good.
we're solid, man. We're solid. But
Did you
nah,
ever
man,
get to
I'll be good. So,
dude, just because we didn't talk after the UK, did you ever get to Nando's?
dude, I tried, but like I ran out of time.
What did you eat?
Um,
What did you eat over there?
um, not gonna lie, we found a really freaking phenomenal fish and chips little place. It
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
just this shack, like right next to the beach.
Yeah.
And dude, we got some amazing fish and chips. That was one of the first nights. And then what else did we eat? Shoot, I can't even remember. Um, but yeah, dude, there was this one night. Oh no, so it was the night after the race. So that we raced in the morning, and then have like podium ceremonies and everything. We get bikes packed up, and like we're basically all packed up, and we're like, all right, we're all leaving like at the butt crack of dawn tomorrow. So like, let's go, like let's just have a little fun. So like we went out and like found a little club or a bar or something, and had a few drinks, and then we we went to a Tesco's, and
Oh, for sure.
we just loaded up on like sweets and like all these like cakes and chocolates, and like loaded up on alcoholic beverages and like snacks and stuff. And our hotel was like right by the beach. So we like went down to the beach, and like just kind of found this group of like 3 or 4 locals that were, just they built a fire on the
Oh,
beach, and
nice.
we kind of hung out with them. And one of the locals literally looked like almost exactly like one of the guys that we were with. And
Really?
so yeah, dude, it was hilarious. It was like, man, if you didn't have a Welsh accent and like a beard, y'all they could literally have been twins. It was quite funny. But yeah, they were they were like they were cooking, like they were like roasting mushrooms and corn and all kinds of stuff. And like we just kind of cut it up with them for like until like 2 in the morning, and then like by that time we had finally finished all of our beer and our snacks and stuff, and like traipsed up to the hotel room, got a couple hours of sleep, and then rolled out of bed and drove 3 hours to London to catch our flight back to the US. But yeah, man, no, it was a fun little trip. It was very short. Like we really didn't have tons of like a ton of time. We went to a couple of just a couple of pubs, to get some food, and like we had some like there was some like we had I trying to remember can't remember what the place was called, but like we had some really really good um like just like I mean honestly it wasn't any different than American style food, but like it was just good, man. It was
I feel
good.
like
It was fun.
their
So
pub burgers taste completely different. Like the meat of the like a burger in a pub
yeah,
tastes different than like every burger you could ever have in America.
a little
I don't
bit.
know. It's just cooked differently.
Yeah.
Dude, have you been to Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, I actually so we had our world championships were in Abu Dhabi last year.
Okay.
So yeah, so I got to go I went to Abu Dhabi last year.
How
Um
how early do
so
you get there before you compete?
this year so our race is on the 24th of November, so it'll be like the night of the 23rd here in the US.
Mhm.
Um so we'll get there 6 days beforehand
Okay.
basically.
Is that long
So
enough for you to adjust to like time zone and
in an ideal world, we'd get there 2 weeks early, but
yeah,
it's really expensive to stay over there.
for sure.
Like, I mean, I think like our hotels are, I mean, we're running 150, $200 a night. So, I
Oh wow.
mean, to stay, it's not cheap, dude. And we tend to stay in like pretty nice
Mhm.
places. So like we're staying on, so we're heading over to Dubai, and we're going to stay in Dubai for a couple of days, um, and like just get our bodies adjusted a little bit, and then we're going to make the drive. It's like a 2 hour drive to Abu Dhabi, so we're going to make that drive, and so we'll get to Abu Dhabi on like Monday, so like 3 day, like so like 3 full days before our race, and we'll stay um like we'll have 3 really solid nights of sleep. Race on Thursday morning.
Mhm.
We have plans to do like a nice big American Thanksgiving on that Thursday night,
Nice.
and then we have so like our world championships is on that Thursday morning, and then the elite women, able-bodied women, their world championship finals is on Friday morning, and then the men, their race is on Saturday. But then on Saturday, um, we're debuting this. It's called Paratriathlon Mixed Team Relay. So everyone does like so everyone does like a little super sprint triathlon,
Uh-huh.
and like you tag a teammate to then do a super sprint triathlon. So like for example, I do like I think it's like a 200, like they haven't officially announced what the distances of the race are going to be, but like each country can field a team of 4 athletes, and
Or
each athlete can be from a different paratriathlon sport class. So like you can have someone in a wheelchair, someone who's missing an arm, someone who's blind,
well,
all that kind of stuff, and each person does like a little mini triathlon of like 200-meter swim, 4K 4 kilometer bike, and like 1 kilometer run, and it's super super fast, and like you tag your teammate, who's next up in line, and they just keep on rolling. So we're pumped to do that. We did a little demo of it in March, but this is the first time that it's going to be that we're actually going to debut it on the international scene. So we're excited to give it a go and see, start working out the wrinkles, um, of that little format. So, but yeah.
that's super cool. The able body races
Mhm.
that you were just talking about. So
Yeah.
how different is that for the like the race that you do to
Mhm.
compare to like the able bodied men? Like besides you're obviously on a tandem,
Mhm.
like for the bike, but how different are the times? How different is the actual race? Like is there like the distance the same? Like what are the similarities?
So it largely depends. So the biggest difference on the able-bodied side is that um they their bike portion is what is called um they do what's called drafting. So they're allowed to so they like have these, they form into these like super big packs
Yeah.
of cyclists. So it looks
Ducks
more,
fly together.
yeah, pretty much. So it looks basically like a cycling race. So like if you watch the Tour de France or something
Yeah.
along those lines, it looks a lot like that. Um, and whereas in our race, we are non-drafting. So we're allowed to use like aero bars, aero helmets, and we have to stay, I think it's 10 meters apart from each other. So like you can't you can't draft off of someone to gain an advantage or anything like that. But then sometimes their race is a sprint distance. Um, Sometimes it is what's called the international distance, which is a 1,500-meter swim, a 40-kilometer bike, and a 10-kilometer run.
Mhm.
And they are, I mean, they're booking it, man. They're flying. Like we might do I'll probably do like my race in Abu Dhabi will take anywhere from 59 minutes to 61 minutes probably. For like and like just like or to like let's just compare like our like run times. Like I'll probably run like around an 18-minute 5K. If the able-bodied men do a sprint triathlon, they're running sub 15-minute 5K. So they're running like, I like one of my buddies, Kevin McDowell, he runs like a 14:40 5K off the bike in a sprint triathlon. So like they're flying, dude. But yeah, they're definitely they're fast. But the biggest difference is they have a lot bigger field, so they might have 60, they might have 60 people in their field, whereas I'm going to have
5, 6,
16. Yeah, well
16.
like yeah, so for world championship we have a little bit bigger field, so we'll have like 16
Okay.
people in the men's visually impaired field. And then they'll stagger us so that because we'll also have like 12 or 13 female visually impaired athletes racing, and they'll be on the course at the same time. So we have like two different races going on the course at the same time, whereas like on the able-bodied side, you just got the one race going, and it's like 60 people. Rules are a little different. The drafting on the bike is probably the biggest difference though. So, but triathlon's triathlon, man.
What's giving somebody a 4-minute edge? Is that just the ability to see? Like I'm just curious of like what gives somebody 4 minutes of an advantage of a 5K? Because like if you were okay, here's my point. Like if you're on a treadmill running a 5K, you could do the same pace, I'm sure.
My best 5K on a treadmill is like high 15, so like 15 minutes and 56 seconds or so.
So is the added 3 minutes like hesitation? Like is that what it is?
I think that's definitely a part of it. That's definitely part of it. I mean, considering most of my training is done on a treadmill, there's a certain level of confidence that like I know that almost every step on a treadmill is going to be the same. And for guys that can see, even guys that can see a tiny bit, like I compete against guys that can that have like their best corrected vision is 2200. Even
do?
for so it's
Wait,
like so
how
I don't
how does that work?
yeah, so that's that's a sticky subject. So
Wait. They're not blindfolded while they're competing?
Correct. So one of what they try to do to even out the playing field a little bit is they give those of us that are totally blind. This year we get a 2 minute and 46 second head start on the guys that can see a little
Dude,
bit.
this is super sticky.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I'm feeling this is like molasses.
Yeah. It's pretty sticky.
What?
It's highly contentious in the world of paratriathlon.
Dude, these are
So,
fast. I'm glad I asked these questions. This is fascinating.
yeah.
I would have never known, and all of our listeners wouldn't have ever known.
So that's a major part, and it changes how you race. Like, like if I was only to race against guys that are totally blind, it totally changes how you race, because then you can actually race tactically. Whereas like when I'm racing against guys that can see, and guys that because they can see, they can they tend to be a little they all tend to be a little bit faster in each of the three disciplines. Um, and like they're able to watch videos of like swim and run technique. They're able to look at maps of the run and bike courses and get a visual picture in their head, and then they're able to
Who
visually
can I call to change this? Dude, this is ridiculous. Like, because honestly, like you're saying, most of your training is done on a treadmill. Like,
right.
there is nobody who has a brain would argue this. Fear, trust, all of those things are like, that's probably your biggest competitor. Like, that's probably your
100%.
biggest competition, is getting over like, okay, cool, I have to trust this person at all times, that they are allowing me to be the best, strongest, fastest Kyle I can be.
Exactly. No,
And that's like,
so
that
yeah,
is a
that
solid
is
2%. Like, in that 2% is everything in a race like that.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that's a solid 2 to 5%.
For sure.
Like,
For sure.
I mean, and the more technical, or the more technical a course, the the bigger advantage someone that can see a little bit has. But it is what it is. I have to race within the confines of the rules, and
Oh yeah.
I do the best that I do the best that I can.
Oh, man, you're good. You're not
But
making excuses. You're not complaining. This is me complaining for you.
I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. So yeah, no. So like, just like, for example, but here's kind of a fun little kicker, is that so that little 2 minute and 46 second head start that I get
Yes.
this year, that's called a factor. And that's that's to level the playing field a bit. That factor changes. It will technically can change every year, based on if they think the totally blind athletes are slowing down or speeding up, or something like that. So like in Tokyo, our factor was 3 minutes and 21 seconds. And then this year they changed it. And so if essentially, I had to get 35 seconds faster across the across the board to stay where I was. Whereas people that were finishing behind me, if they had done the exact same thing, like if we raced the exact same as we did with that 3 minute 21 second factor, and they finished say 35 seconds behind me, well, guess what? Or they finished 34 seconds behind me, well, now they're finishing in front of me, and like we haven't changed a single thing except the time gap that I'm given in front. So it makes things. Yeah. And so like we have no idea what next year's factor could be. It could be 2 minutes and 46 seconds. They could say, you totally blind guys are overcoming this factor, so you don't need the as much help. So we're going to lower it to 2 minutes and 30 seconds or something. Or they could be like, oh, wow, like you guys are really getting your asses kicked this year.
Here's 5
We're
minutes.
gonna
Here's an
we're gonna extend it out to 3 minutes, you know. So like
What's,
so we don't know.
What's that sweet spot in your mind?
Dude, I really don't know. To give you an idea, like we've been competing with a factor since so the World Triathlon has been using a factor system in this style of racing since 2014, and from 2014 through 2018, at our highest level of racing, which is called the World Triathlon Para Series. It's our it took until 2019 for a totally blind person to win a race, and I am currently the only totally blind person to win more than one race. So at that WTPS level, and then we've only ever had 2 totally blind people finish on the podium at a world championship. Me being one of them last year. So yeah, so it's tough.
Wow.
Do I think, my personal opinion, I think, people that are totally blind should be racing against people that are totally blind, and the people that can, see a little bit should be racing against people that can see a little bit. But I don't know why.
Is it just too hard to make multiple races like that?
I think that's part of it. It's because right now, like, you have so many different. That's one of the challenges with para triathlon, is that and para sport in general, is that you have so many varying degrees of disability that, for example, track and field has like 60 different classifications. You can't do that for para triathlon. We'll be running races for days and days and days. And also para triathlon is just it's one of those competitions that is it's a long an hour to hour and a half race in para sport is a long time. that's a long time for a lot of people. So
well, thank you for letting us into that world, because without you telling us, like, there's really no way to know. And I'm happy that there still is the factors like that. That definitely sounds like it's a useful
it's an imperfect system.
Right.
And one of the when I first came into this sport, and this level of sport back in 2018, a coach told me, hey, he was like, look, the first rule of para is that para isn't fair. So we have to do everything we can to prepare ourselves, to give ourselves the best fighting chance that we can. So and one of my a guy that I listen to quite a bit, he's a former Navy SEAL, former admiral in the U.S. Navy. He has this little saying. It was like, life isn't fair, so just get over it. Like everyone faces unfairness, and if we just always sit around and complain about it, then we're
never gonna get any better.
We're never gonna get anywhere.
No.
Sometimes we can do everything we could possibly can do, and we're still gonna fall short. And so that could be so like I said, like I have to just race and play within the rules that I'm given. And if I fall short of the podium here in about 3.5 weeks, I know that I will have given it everything I got. If I get on the podium, I will have given it everything I got. So yeah, man. So it's at the end of the day, you just gotta put yourself out there. You gotta do the work. You gotta do the basics to the highest level, the highest standard you're capable of doing, and you gotta let the chips fall where they may. And sure, we can complain about it. Um, but complain doesn't often get us many places. So
No, you're just gonna be going around in circles for a year just complaining, and they'll be like, "Hey, I could have just done the races instead of
exactly,
complaining." No, man, that's really
exactly.
beautiful. You put
Yeah.
that very well. Is Jess gonna be over there?
She is not. So she, her training has just been so inconsistent and
We won't
stuff
tell her
that
that.
no, she admits it fully, and it was her decision
Uh-huh.
not to go over and race. So she's she's just enjoying just enjoying a little bit of downtime. She's just trying to recover from it's been
From
a
last
long
weekend.
nah, she definitely didn't go as hard as I did, man.
No, you-
She was a smart cookie.
women are just more responsible and mature than
That
us. That's just what it
that
comes down to.
I'm not gonna argue with you there.
You had a decent amount of double IPAs Friday night.
I had like 5 or 6 of those, man.
Yeah,
It was yeah.
Emily's like, Kyle had like 5 or 6 IPAs, and Jess had like 5 or 6 gin and tonics. Like, I was just like, hell yeah.
We slept in a little bit Saturday. It was awesome.
You're like, yeah, I'm going on an 11-mile run tomorrow. I was like, I don't think he is.
I still ran for like an hour. So I still got like 7 or 8 miles in. But yeah, no, it was awesome. So it was fun.
That's cool, man. How was your travel back? Was everything all right?
Oh yeah, everything went super smooth, man. Everything was I was able to actually get on a little bit earlier flight um than I was originally scheduled for. So got back a couple hours earlier, and was just able to settle in here in Colorado Springs and get some good solid sleep, and just get right back after it the very next day. So yeah, everything went smooth. Everything for Jess went pretty smooth. Um, yeah, no, dude, Jess is actually back east right now, and she's back home visiting some family in Sault Ste. Marie, Canada. So she's enjoying some time with her grandparents and some cousins and stuff. So she's
Is
but
is
yeah,
she from Canada?
yeah.
Dude, she does not seem Canadian. Like, she seems like she was from, like, I don't know. She seems like she moved to Canada to me.
No,
Maybe I just don't know a lot of people from like she's from Vancouver, British Columbia, or like,
no, so
yeah.
she's from Sault Ste. Marie,
Okay.
Canada, which is in Ontario.
Okay.
Um just over the border from Michigan.
Okay.
So she's originally from that area, and she moved out to British Columbia in 2017. But yeah, no, funnily enough, man, though, so I think it was is it Ollie's mom that is
Yes.
Canadian
Canadian.
as
Yeah.
well? So
Yeah.
yeah, so Jess went to college, so she went to university not far from where Ollie's mom is from.
Like London, in that area.
Yeah, in that area. So she
Dude,
went
that's a
to
very cool area.
yeah. So
Okay. So
so yeah,
she's more
they
like,
so
she's a big city gal for Canada.
Sault Ste. Marie
Yeah.
is very small.
All right. All right.
It's very small, but she lived in Ottawa for a bit after college. She lived she lived in that, in bigger cities. She actually after she retired from swimming, she lived in Edinburgh, Scotland for a couple of years. So she's moved around and lived a bunch of different places, man. She's had quite the life.
Nice.
So,
Nice. Well,
but yeah,
a keeper. Like I told you, she's a keeper.
I know it, brother. I know it. I'm just hanging on. I'm hanging on as tight as I can.
Well, hang on a little bit tighter.
I'm doing my best, bro. I'm doing my best.
You guys are cute.
Oh no, dude. It's
I'm gonna
like,
come.
but seriously, man. In all seriousness, like we had such a blast hanging out with you and Emily, and made a whole bunch of new friends, and like we seriously can't wait to do it again. We gotta come up with some excuse to all get together again. So we gotta make it happen.
Dude, I think we just need to do what we originally said of get you to the studio for like a week to record an album.
That too.
But just bring Jess. Like you and
I'm
Jess will
planning on it.
come stay here for a week, and like we'll hang out in the studio. Emily and Jess will hang out. Like just be so much fun.
Dude,
After
that'd be a
Worlds,
blast.
we'll figure this out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, man. We'll figure it out. Good stuff, bro. Good
Nice, man. Well, this
stuff.
has been fun, dude. I'm so happy we did this, and let's
Absolutely.
continue to do
Yep.
what I mean, if we do it in 1 week, 2 weeks. I'm actually going to Nashville tomorrow, so I'll be
Oh,
gone for like the
nice.
next 6 days or so.
Okay.
But if we can do another episode before you head off, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll plan on. We'll try to get on. We'll try to get one on the calendar for next week sometime, because I think next week will be a good
Nice.
time to lock in another episode.
Dude,
And
keep on keeping on, keep training hard.
same to you, brother.
Put one foot in front of the other,
Same to you, man. Enjoy married life. I know
Thanks,
you
man.
already are. And yeah, give that mom of yours a big hug
I will, dude.
from me and Jess, man, because she was awesome.
I definitely will. She's the best. Dude, have a great rest of your day, man. It's great
Same to you.
catching up. All right, later.
Yeah. Later, bro.